may fall in love too fast. Give everything to make this last. That's just who I am. That's just who I am. I'll probably even put you first and forgive you even when it hurts. That's just who I am. That's just who I am.
Welcome to another episode of Winning with Love with Bobby. Apologize for the delay. Facebook took down the live button on two of my browsers, and I had to kind of consult with them about this, so I apologize. But hey, we're going to get right into it. It was a good week. I hope it was a good week for you, and going to get right into it. Now, we talked about the Beatitudes. We kind of got stuck in the area of people who offend you, people who will talk about you like a dog, people who smear your name, people who cast down on you. And we talked about how in order to receive the blessings that God already bestowed upon you, He bestowed those blessings on you, even in the midst of that. Even in the midst of being poor, even in the midst of being meek and humble and all that, God has bestowed His blessings upon you. He declared it. He's spoken on you in that situation. And you might be in that situation right now, and I'm going to let you know that He has already declared His blessings on you, on me. And that should give us the empowerment to come out of that situations. But there's certain things that come in our way that kind of block us from doing those things. And one of them is being offended, getting upset, frustrated, ticked off, want to drop kick somebody, want to punch them in the jaw, all that stuff. But we can't get into that, really. We can't get into that. We're really going to have to put ourselves in a position where we begin to do what God does. Now, like I said, we got stuck in this one area because it was so important that we realized that people are going to always do this to us. Always. You're going to always have that hater. That person that can't stand your guts. And it doesn't matter who you are. You could be the most humble person around, and somebody going to hate you for being humble. And don't get no position. Oh, don't get no position. You're really going to be hated. You're really going to be hated. And I heard the story of a man who jumped in the water, and he was a true hater. He was a true hater. He was drowning. He was drowning. Just sucking up water. Sucking up water. And this guy drove around in a yacht, and he threw a lifesaver out to him. This fool would rather drown because he didn't hate the fact that this guy got a yacht and had the nerves to throw his gold lifesaver, gold tone lifesaver to help him out of that water. I don't need your help. Folks, we can't be like that. Now, you take whatever help you can, because that could be the very blessing that God bestowed upon you. And sometimes He may use your enemy, and if you don't know how to delicately handle it right, you'll miss more blessings coming your way. Now, let's get right into it. I started off Matthew 5:10. We got into the Beatitudes, said, "Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake." Not just persecuted, but for righteousness' sake, or because you decide to stand right, do things right, especially in the eyes of God. For theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when people revile you, this is where we got stuck on, and persecute you, and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely. And on my account, rejoice and be glad. Rejoice. So if you're in that situation, whether you like it or not, I know you want to get frustrated. I don't want to rejoice. I don't want to rejoice, all right? I'd rather punch him in the jaw. No, rejoice. And you know something? It's going to make him mad, but rejoice right then. Now, don't go look for people to be mad so you can rejoice. You can rejoice at all times. You can bless the Lord. Bless your soul. You can do these things at all times. But rejoice when people mock you, persecute you, falsely accuse you on his account, or any account, I would say that. Rejoice. Rejoice. Especially when you're doing right by people. You rejoice. You be glad. How can I be glad when this man has told all his boys that I've done this and this and that? You know, now, just to let you know again, this is an open forum. I bring religious scripture and teachings and try to apply it on every situation. There's nothing I can think of. I mean, I met guys who, and back in the day I was one of them. I had a dude, a homie, he just told the girl stayed the night over his house. I was in the same house. He tried to get with the girl. She didn't do anything. This is when I was a younger cat in the military. She wouldn't give him the time of day. He went out and ratted to all his friends that she did everything in the book to him when she did not do anything to him. And then tried to get me to co-sign for that. She even hooked up with Rob. Lying on this young lady. Like I said, I wasn't in no relationship with God, nothing like that. I was straight. I wasn't no good. But, and come to find out, she kind of liked me more than him. But if I would have went, I went in the defense of her, and me and him kind of had it out. Because I kept telling her, I said, he lying, man. He ain't do nothing to that girl. He just smearing her name. She ain't do anything. And she was a genuinely good girl. She got in an argument. She was staying with her boyfriend, and she needed some time away from him. So she asked, could she stay with us? We were roommating. Now, he'd been trying to get with her for the longest, and she wouldn't give him the time of day. But just because she stayed at the house and maybe some people saw her come in, he feel he has the right to say anything and people will believe it. I'm here to tell you, people, if you're doing that kind of stuff, don't think people are going to believe you. And don't co-sign for that stuff because your friend said it. Nah, you tell your friend, stop lying. Stop. Yo, you lying. He ain't do nothing to that girl. Then you got guys who say, man, I did this and did that. Anyway, but that's what we get majority of the time. You got guys that run their mouth down on women and make them look bad, all because the woman didn't want to get with them. Trash talk them, down talk them, and still act like he done got with her and did all this stuff and just lie straight out of his mouth. I mean, that's just one situation. There are all kinds of situations. You got a promotion on your job, and you never really got a promotion on your job. You got a raise, you never really got a raise on job. Just lying. Lying on people on the job. Lying on people in your neighborhood. Lying on your mama. Lying on your daddy. All because they didn't do something you wanted them to do. Or maybe they offended you, and you went on this rampage, this smear campaign, similar to what Donald Trump did with the Central Park 6 and 5 boys, down there in Central Park, who I had the pleasure of meeting. Donald Trump, yes, the President of the United States, black guys rape a lady in Central Park. These guys must be the guys. No evidence, no proof, nothing. Donald Trump goes on the smear campaign. The media follows behind his lead and totally find out about a few years later, after these men are grown men with children, that they didn't have nothing to do with it. They were exonerated. No apologies. But you're running your mouth down, smearing down, putting down people. And this is not, I'm not talking about Trump. We've all done it. We all put our mouth on people and smear people. And we put our side, when we do that, even if it is true, when we do that, we put ourselves on the side of cursing. Even if it is true. You running them down is not going to do anything. You talking about it like talking to them like a dog does not do anything for you. Now, if these people are falsely accused, which these boys were, or this girl was, God called them blessed that even in that situation, I could do something to make you look great. Just trust me, lean on me, and rely on me, and watch what I do in that situation. And that's you. If somebody been dogging you down, ran you down, putting you down. God saying, trust me, rely on me, clean on me, and lean on me, and I'll tell you what to do where you can come out of that, smell like a bed of roses. And they'll be the one to look stupid. Because you're blessed. And what I call blessed, nobody better not try to put their hand on. Because they're going to find themselves on a curse. Or in that cursing zone. You don't want to ever be in the cursing zone. No, not ever. No, not ever. So, you decide which side you want to be on. We're talking about how to deal with difficult people. This is still the same series. What side are you going to be on? Are you going to be on the side of falsely accusing and putting people down? I mean, whether it's for Jesus' sake or any other sake, if you are falsely accuse people, you're going to put yourself in that cursing zone. I'd rather be in the blessing zone. No, I'm not going. I'm trying not to say much about you. Now, no, I'm not going to do that. Now, let's try to move off this and go to something else, please. He said, for your reward is great in heaven, for in the same way they persecute the prophets who were before you. Now, there's principles on how to receive the blessing for heaven here on earth. I'm going to talk to you about that in another teaching. 13. You are the salt of the earth. But if salt has lost its taste, how can its saltiness be restored? It is no longer good for anything, but is be thrown out and trampled under the feet. I'm going to stop there for a second. It is very important that as God lovers, those who seek and find, wrapped ourselves in it, saturate in it, enjoy it, suck it up, live, move in it, and spread it, the love of God. We have to remain salt. We cannot let people, situation, or circumstances cause us to lose our savor. We cannot lose our saltiness. Man, you know what a steak tastes like when there's no salt, man? Much as I like, I gotta have something on my steak. I don't care if you cook it in onions and grease and with salt already in it. I ain't got to put salt on top of it as long as I got some kind of salty taste in it. Or something to replace it or something. But a stale steak with no kind of seasoning, man, I don't want that crap, man. My mashed potatoes, I don't like it plain. Give me some kind of season on my mashed potatoes. You yourself have to remain seasoned. You have to remain to be salty. Not salty like nasty attitude. I'm talking about being the very thing that brings flavor to life. You can't be on the other end. You can't be on that cursing end. You gotta stay in that blessing end. That's where everything is flavorful, full of juices, not dry, not stale. Because you got people in life just like that, dry and stale. No longer, it's no good. It's trampling feet. Once you get yourself in that position, you're no good to anybody, man. I mean, and you will find yourself being trampled under people's feet when you continue to walk in that kind of attitude. And these are the difficult people that either you're going to be dealing with the difficult people or you're going to become a difficult people. And the salty people have decided that I will not become a difficult person ever. No, no, no. And if I look like that, sound like that, talk like that, please talk to me. But don't talk to me with your fists. Talk to me in love and compassion. And say, hey, Rob, yo, Rob, kind of getting off base, bro. You're a little too aggressive toward them. Kind of back it up. And let me tell you something. I love me. Why I love me? Because I found out how much God loves me. And I can't love God if I'm not willing to love myself. But yet I find my love and passion for myself through Him. Not of me. It's not ego. Well, it's ego. There's two types of egos. One is edging God out, and one is exalting God only. I'm on the side of exalting God only. I'm not edging God out. Without me, I love me because of what I found out about His love toward me. And I'm not going to let anybody downtrodden me, talk me. I mean, you can do it, but you better believe I'm going to pray for you not to do it, because I don't want you to be in that cursing zone, because it is not good in cursing zone. People die in cursing zone, and I advise you that if you're on that side of the spectrum, Come over to the other side, Doc. Come over to the other side, my sister, my brother. Stay on the salty side where it's a lot of flavor. Now I'm going to try to get through a little bit further than where we've been lately, okay? Verse 14. You are the light of the world. You are. Who? That's the salty people. The people of flavor. You are the light of the world, a city built on a hill that cannot be hid. No one, after lighting a lamp, put it under a bushel basket, but on a lampstand, and it gives light to all the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven. Now, I may stop there. You are the light of the world. Don't you let nobody put your light out. And the people that we talked about, the persecutors, the downtrodden, the people who smear you and things like that, they are designed to put your lights out. The devil is using them, or whether you believe in the devil or not, evil is lurking in them to use them to be this way toward you, toward me. Why? Because they want us to be on their side. Their goal is to take the salt out. Their goal is to remove the light. Because if they can take the salt out, if they can blow the candles out, the light out, we end up being in the same position they're in. No, we can't follow that lead. What we have to do is we have to become a light. I like to say we like to become so on fire. Because the light of a fire is a whole lot brighter than the light of a lamp. And when you become on fire in these things, it brushes off on other people. People catch on fire. Your enemy can catch on fire. See, right now these people are in the area of darkness. Somehow, something blew their candle out. They lost their flavor. They lost their salt. And they don't know how to get it back. And they get to the point where they're so miserable that they want to do whatever they can to blow your light out, your candle out, put out your fire so you can lose your salt. Don't you do it. In the words of what's his name, Richard Gere, and Officers and Gentlemen, don't you do it. Don't you do it. This is the place that we must stay in. We got to become a light. Don't allow look, in the bottom line is, you're going to put light under a bushel or something, under something, 9 times out of 10 is going to, you won't have light when you cover the light up. If I hit the light switch right now, it's dark. In other words, the scriptures say, don't let people flip your light switch out. Do whatever you can to keep it on. And understand, they got a light switch, and somebody need to turn it on. And guess who that somebody may end up being? Me and you. Now, I know some people say, well, God cut people out of our lives for reasons, something like that. That's people who are habitually, on purpose, do something for you. And it's not you cutting them out. God literally cuts them out where you don't have no access to them. And that's going to hurt them. But you always leave a door open. Because God always leave a door open, even for his enemies to come to him and to say, I'm sorry. You always leave the door open to try to fix the situation, to try to fix the circumstance. Do that mean you need to hang out camp with them? Play ball with them? Go to movies with them? Nope. No, you ain't got to do that. Especially when you know they still haven't developed the light in them, that they're not doing whatever they can to get more salty. No. You don't spend all your time, because you're going to end up losing your light and lose your flavor. No, but you don't just totally cut them out of your life. I never known a situation where God has totally cut me out his life. And I've done some horrible things against God. And he loved me anyway. And even when I didn't want to have nothing to do with him, he always stood ready to open his arms toward me. Now again, I know some of you probably don't believe in God. Well, I knew. And I am a better person because of my belief, because I knew that, Rob, bro, you going down the road of no good, man. Man, let me tell you something. If I went certain directions in my life, man, I probably been in jail or dead. Okay? And I do thank a higher power for guiding me into a different direction. He got me talking to you and instilling principles in me and you at the same time for us to come higher, become a better light, become more salty. You know, now God got that right amount of salt for his people where, you know, folks won't get high blood pressure. You know what I mean? But stay there. Stay in that zone where you remain to be a light. And you remain to add flavor to not just your own personal life, but the people around you. I have a friend of mine. She's so flavorful. I mean, her attitude, her mentality, everything is, people gravitate toward her. And no, she may not be the perfect Christian, but she's getting there. She may not be the perfect person, but nobody is. But her salt for life, and she don't hold people ill will against people and wish bad things on people and things like that. Don't talk about her like a dog. And I mean, in this person, I've learned so much from her, just seeing her walk. And I desire to be more like her because I'm seeing that even though she may not be where I think she should be spiritually, she have more spiritual guts than most people who I think who believe they're there spiritually when they're really not. Anyway, I'm going to stop here. Next time we're going to get in verse 17. But you are salt and light. And when you're dealing with difficult people, it is your job to add some of that flavor on them. It's your job to kind of turn on the light in them, or have your light shine so bright, have your light shine so bright that it would kind of overlap them. And maybe it can flicker the light that was dimmed or the light that was blown out of them. Always stay on the side of the blessed and never into the side of cursing. And always remember, when you're persecuting, you're saying all kind of evil falsely against people, whether it's on God's account or not, you're putting yourself in the cursing zone. But if you have people to do that to you, just rejoice, be glad. I know you want to be upset. I know you want to get them back. I know you want to kind of hide in the bushes and punch them in the jaw. Don't do no OJ stuff. I know you want to do all these things. I know you want to get them back on Instagram. I know you want to rat them out on Facebook. I know you want to meet them at the club and jump them. I know you want to get your girls to jump them. Yo, man, I know you want to bust a cap in his behind, right, bro? Don't do it. Put you on the side of cursing. You're going to be in jail, locked up. Your light is going to be gone. You're going to lose your flavor. And we don't need to be adding people to the jailhouse ministry. We need to be subtracting people to the jailhouse ministry. I'm Robert Brown, Winning with Love. Know that I love you. Thank you for dealing with me with the delays. This live thing ain't no joke, and I take it serious. And you can't push rewind, reset, take two, or nothing like that. Once you own, and there's no going back. And I may say something I can't take back, and I can't edit it. So bear with me. We're still working at the key because I want a little bit more professional quality. I don't want to do it from my phone. That's kind of cheesy. I mean, but you start with what you got, because that's how you start with what you got, and then you move your way up. I want to try to do more professional quality settings. Now, this video, it will go into editing, and then you will be able to put it on our YouTube channel and probably put a snippet of it here on Facebook. Our job is to drive people over to our YouTube channel where there's full-fledged messages, a whole bunch of messages from about 5 years back, 10 years back, that is relevant today that can help you. So my goal is to edit, chop it, make it professional, and drive people over to the YouTube channel from Facebook. Yes, Facebook is our platform for the Winning with Love Live at 5 with Bobby. I appreciate you. I love you. I pray that God's perfect will be manifested in your life in abundance in Jesus' name. And again, if there's anybody out there who I felt I've done wrong, I'm letting you know right now. I got open door policy. Inbox me. Maybe we could talk about it, chat about it. And I'll take full responsibility. And hey, we ain't got to hang out, nothing like that. You might not be at that level with me yet, but at least we can fix some things, because you mean that much to me. And I want to count all my roses while I can smell them. And I'm Bobby Brown, Winning with Love. Talk to you soon. Always remember, God loves you just as much as He loves Jesus. And remember that God is love. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
The love of Jesus is for all, even those that hate us.
I know me and you ain't the same. What about love? I know me and you ain't the same. But what about love? I know me and you ain't the same. What about love? I know me and you ain't the same. What about love?